My name is Laurent Pech. I'm a professor of EU law, so European Union law at Middlesex University, London. And I was appointed to this position a couple of years ago after working in a number of countries before that. So just a long story short. During the course of my academic career, I've worked not only in the UK but also Ireland, France, where I did my legal studies. I was lucky enough also to do my postdoc in Montreal, actually in Canada, after my PhD. So my field of expertise now is what I call EU public law. So I deal essentially, my area of expertise, to summarize, would be the constitutional law of the European Union and also the administrative law of EU institutions. To be honest, initially, I struggled with EU studies or EU law. So I'm a lawyer, and therefore I studied EU law as part of my undergrad. It was a compulsory subject, which initially I found a bit heavy, complicated. And I was not initially a big fan of EU law. But then slowly but surely it grew on me. But I guess initially I was much more attracted to comparative law. So I was much more interested in trying to understand how different national legal systems can actually address differently the same legal issues. I was intrigued by this. How could you have the same issue, let's say, limits to the right to free speech? How come it's quite libertarian in the United States, and less so in Canada, and even less so in Europe? So I was quite intrigued by this kind of similar questions being addressed differently. And but at some point, I moved into the field of EU law because of essentially, as far as being a lawyer in Europe, then most of the legal issues are actually dealt with by national law and also European law. So you cannot escape it, regardless of whether you like it or not. And then I was given the chance to actually teach a tutorial in EU law. And then, even though as a student I was kind of skeptical about EU law, I thought the subject was a bit difficult because we're talking about the law governing so many different countries, so many languages. And yet that's what perhaps makes it so fascinating. Or is it possible that it is actually working? It has its own problems, but I thought... And then slowly but surely, I became fascinated more and more by EU law, so much so that now I'm a professor of EU law. But I wouldn't say that I was initially attracted to EU law. I was much more attracted, I guess, by comparative law.